Have you ever shared something at work only to wish later that you hadn't? Maybe it was a personal struggle, a career plan, an opinion, or something you thought was shared in confidence. Most people don't overshare because they're careless. They actually overshare because they're trying to build relationships. And I just want to say this in this video. Building relationships at work is important and extremely valuable. I've spent more than 30 years in healthcare, and many of those years leading teams, serving as a CEO, and coaching leaders. And I know that healthy relationships actually matter, and trust actually matters. But I will say this, wisdom actually matters too. And one lesson I've learned is this: not every conversation belongs in the workplace. Today in this video, I want to share 7 things I encourage people to think carefully about before sharing at work. Not because you should become cold or distant, that's not effective, but because protecting your professional reputation is actually part of good stewardship. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to build genuine relationships while also protecting your credibility and protecting your opportunities and also protecting your future. So let's get started. Point number 1, build trust slowly. One of the biggest mistakes professionals make is confusing friendliness with trust. Most coworkers are actually good people, but they're also navigating their own careers. They're navigating their promotions, they're navigating their performance reviews, navigating organizational change. So when pressure starts to increase, people naturally look out for themselves. I don't want you to think that makes them to be bad people. It actually makes them human. So healthy relationships need to grow over time. Trust should be earned through consistency, not assumed after a few good conversations. Point number 2, be careful when personal struggles in life that happen. Because life is going to happen all the time. Every one of us experience challenges in life, whether it's divorce or family conflict, financial stress, health concerns. There's nothing wrong with asking for help during those times. But ask yourself this question: who is actually the appropriate person to share this with? Sometimes that person is a trusted friend. It could actually be your pastor, could be a counselor, maybe even another family member, but not necessarily your workplace. People don't need every chapter of your story to respect your leadership or who you are. Sometimes using wisdom is knowing what belongs in the workplace and what actually belongs outside of it. Point number 3, don't make money a conversation piece. I will tell you this, and I've observed this over time, money has a way of changing relationships. If you're struggling, people may begin viewing you differently. If you're doing exceptionally well, it can unintentionally create jealousy. There are appropriate conversations to have about compensation, especially when you're discussing fairness or maybe even negotiating your value. But casual conversations about bonuses and raises, investments, or financial problems rarely produce positive outcomes. So talk about money with a purpose, not for conversation. Number 4, and this is important, protect your medical privacy. And this one actually deserves balance. If you need an accommodation, follow your organization's process. If you need medical leave, absolutely communicate appropriately. But beyond what's necessary, you don't owe everyone your medical history. And this same applies to maybe mental health. And there is strength in seeking help, but again, there is wisdom in using the right channels. Protecting your privacy isn't actually hiding, it's exercising good judgment. Point number 5, keep your next move private. And this is sometimes where I see people unintentionally hurt themselves. Maybe they're talking to another coworker and they announce that they're interviewing elsewhere. Or they tell coworkers they're planning to resign. Maybe they even start to hint about legal action. Sometimes before they've actually made any decisions, they're giving this information. I want you to remember this very, very key point. In this point, once that information leaves your mouth, you no longer control where it goes. There's a difference between being transparent and being premature. Let your actions speak when the time is right. Point number 6, stay out of workplace drama. Every organization has conversations that don't build anyone up. As a matter of fact, those conversations actually tear people down and hurt the organizational environment. These things include gossip and complaints, speculation without the facts, personal opinions, political debates, relationship rumors. So here's my encouragement to you in this video. Don't become known as the person who fuels these conversations, because being known as that person who fuels them actually destroys your credibility. Become known as the person who actually elevates those people. You see, merciful leaders, which is what I write about, they don't spread division. They protect the dignity of others even when they disagree. Here's point number 7. Remember, you're building your professional reputation. Everything you say, everything you write, every email, every text, every meeting contributes to your professional reputation. So I want you to ask yourself one simple question. Would I be comfortable if this conversation were repeated to leadership? And if that answer is no, I will tell you it probably shouldn't be said, because your reputation is being built one conversation at a time. So it's important to protect it intentionally. Before we finish, I want to leave you with what I call one mercy leader thought. Mercy doesn't mean telling everyone everything. Mercy actually includes wisdom. Mercy includes discernment, and mercy protects relationships, but it also protects integrity. One of the most merciful things that you can do is communicate with honesty, while you're also exercising good judgment. And that's not hiding, actually. That's really true leadership. If this video has helped you, I'd love to invite you to become part of my community. I truly believe that workplaces become healthier one leader at a time. And if you're committed to becoming the kind of leader who builds trust, the kind of leader who communicates with wisdom, and leaves people better than you found them, I want you to subscribe to my channel. Every week, I'm sharing practical leadership lessons, workplace strategies, and the principles of merciful leadership to help you grow personally and professionally. And before you go, I want you to watch my previous video about stop being good at your job before it's too late. Because sometimes the very habits that make you successful today can actually keep you from tomorrow's opportunities. And I want to leave you with this. I want you to remember, lead with courage, serve with compassion, and choose mercy. As we serve together, Dr. Jeff.